What is going on, people? K757 is still freaking insane. The Wonder War in this kingdom is still going on. Rally parties of 90 plus rallies is still going on. And there is no sign of this thing stopping. You see here, Gloria is not going to take many rallies. And this is something that I touched on the last video, how some people were trying to burn as early as they could to try and save as many troops as you could. Because like I mentioned, with 90 plus rallies on you, you're probably not going to survive unless you have probably a minimum of like 110 to 120 million troops. So that's, yeah, it's not a lot of people in this game that even have that many troops. But yeah, we have the LH side of things doing rally parties, and then you have the KW side also doing rally parties. So if you're in this kingdom and you go in Fury, you are not going to be safe. Now, I also had some people saying that they're in this kingdom and they haven't been rallied and whatnot. Well, just because you haven't been rallied doesn't mean that you're safe. It just means that you're lucky. It looks like most of the time, especially when they're doing these rally parties, if you're lower might, like if you're only like a billion, 1.2, something like that, you might actually be considered too small a target to actually even rally. So it looks like everything that they're targeting has been anywhere from 1.6 billion upwards. 2 billion accounts have been rallied, etc. So it may actually be a good thing if you're too low of might. Like, that's insane as that may sound, if you're only 1 billion, 1.2 billion, you might actually benefit from that, because they're gonna look at you and they're like, it's not worth our time. That's how insane this kingdom is, whether you're online or not. The ones that are truly in danger are the ones that are 1.6 to 2 billion might. I believe that's what I would call the danger zone, which actually I would fall under. But yeah, you look at this. This person didn't even take it in war gear, just because they're just trying to burn as quickly as possible. Because if you burn, that means all the other rallies are going to be cancelled, and that actually saves you some troops. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things like fight or flight. If you put your gear on and you try to take them all, you're gonna lose more troops for sure, but you're also gonna take more rallies. So, but if you take everything off, talents, gear, you're gonna burn much faster. It might in the long run save you some troops. So I would personally try to take them even if I knew I wasn't, but that's just me. This guy had been taking rallies already, and he's already down to 1.2 billion. But like I mentioned before, you know, there's just so many. Even if you do well right at the start, let's say you take 20, 30 really solid, you still have 60 more coming at you. So eventually that front line is going to wither down. And the only way that I could see somebody actually trying to withhold as many as you can is maybe by switching phalanxes every time, like every second or so. That way your front line isn't always the same type of troop. But even then, like sometimes they just come in so fast that you probably won't even have much of a chance to do that. Like it's just tough. There's no way unless your account is built specifically to try and take all of these rallies. Like a regular account with a regular comp, maybe in the 2 billion range, is not gonna withstand this. So yeah, everybody that's been looking at this kingdom has kind of been just saying, you know, that the game is going crazy. But you guys also have to realize, right, the reason that this is being possible is because you have the top families coming together. So it's not just like you have a random kingdom that you got 90 rallies, and no, you gotta realize that you have basically two huge sides. You have the LH plus BRR plus M44 side of things, and then you also have the KW and DTF and all of that all on the other side. So this is not something that you're going to see regularly. The one thing, like if you're in a kingdom with these huge families, what you may see is rally parties that may be anywhere from maybe 10 to 20 rallies if they plan this ahead of time. But 90 this is not going to be something that's going to be sustainable here. Everybody knows, especially if you're in Kingdom 757, the reason that everybody's probably okay with it for now is because everybody knows it's going to be a short-term thing. Like once this base gets locked, which I really only see it happening during KVK, by the way. I don't see this base getting locked anytime soon without any sort of like interruption, because it's just too much. All of this, they were trying to lock the base while all of this is going on, and they still couldn't do it. You imagine having a 90 rally party against you, and you still can fight for base. That's actually quite insane. So, and the reason the base is so hard to lock right now, even with all of these Emperor accounts, it's because of that. You have way too many Emperor accounts going up against each other. So, you know, let's say KW is trying to take the base, and they have the 3-piece Emperor account trying to take the rallies, which you might think, wow, 3-piece Emperor, but then LH is doubling it with 5-piece Emperor accounts. So yeah, how do you defend 2 rallies from 5-piece Emperor accounts that are seconds apart from each other? I don't even think rain bots will be able to help you in that situation. It's just tough, nearly impossible. The only way I see this getting locked up, like I said, is going to be through KVK. It's going to have to be through KVK, or something will have to be worked out, but I don't really see one side beating the other as far as holding rallies, because it's just too formidable. It's too much. There's no clear like advantage, at least that I'm seeing for now. Too many Emperor accounts. The timing is really well. And yeah, when is KVK? It's like in a week or two. That's when this is probably gonna stop, because yeah, those Emperor accounts, the 5-piece Emperor accounts, I don't even seen them stopping rally for like the last week. So I'm sure that they have like different people that take over when they're needed. So it's not even like you can try to take advantage at a specific time when their strongest accounts are sleeping or whatever. No, they're not sleeping. So yeah. We got MD Shui that's trying to take all of these rallies here, and I'm like, listen, this guy is still going to burn, because it's just math. Every rally is going to do probably at least 1 million damage just from familiars alone, more than likely. And look how many rallies just come flying in, right? Like you may think that, oh, they're going to stop soon. No, look, they're even slow walking it, because it's so many that they're kind of like lagging behind. You don't even know what's going on. Look at this. Some of the rallies just froze in the screen just because it was too many. So whether you have mythic champion pieces, mythic cups, it doesn't matter. They're still going to go for you. And look, I specifically said that it's probably going to burn at around 1.5 billion. And that's exactly what ended up happening, because like I mentioned, that guy is fairly similar to like my gear and my comp, and that's when I would probably burn in the 1.4 billion, because your front line is just gonna be gone. So for instance, if you're in a range phalanx, once your range is gone, any sort of cavalry rally is going to absolutely eat you alive. So after 2 or 3 of those hits, you're just going to be absolutely wrecked. Now look at this guy. This is the KW side that was rallying this one, and his gear is nowhere near up to par to some of the others. But this guy is taking it like a champ. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the KW party was up in the 40 rallies, if I remember correctly. And considering the gear that this guy has, this was like very impressive take. Now obviously he is dropping quite a bit, no denying that, but he still has not burnt, and the rallies are kind of slowing down a bit. Now of course, like I mentioned, the rallies just seem to keep coming. Look at this, there's 1, 2, 3 more, and he still has not burned. More rallies coming in, and he is dropping. He's dropping for sure. If there's any like 4, 5 more rallies, he may just burn. He's down to 1.2, and look at this. This is with purple non-champ gear. So imagine if this dude had like mythic cups and mythic champ. That would have been really impressive. And at the end of the way, he actually was able to stop most of them from the KW party. But again, if you get caught in fury, catching one wave is almost impossible, but then you also have to stop a second wave. And that's when things get a little hairy, because once you get the first wave, even if you catch them all, you're not going to be able to take all the other ones. So yeah, there it goes, and there's the burn. So yeah, now I know that there have been some Wonder Rallies or Wonder Wars that have gone for a very long time, and I know that they've done 90 rally parties before, but I don't think none of them have been this crazy. Also, this is the reason why you go to the forest, because this person burned and he kept taking rallies. So basically all of the rallies hit him and none of them got canceled out. But funny enough, this kind of made for this. Look at all the people that are speeding their troops back, and it just looks so funny because there's so many marches walking back that you're just looking at it like, is this real? How is the game even still running? Look at this, and this is with a bunch of people still speeding their troops back, and it's still it's just insane. First of all, they're all walking in the water, which, did I just see a rally just fly by? That's a little late. But yeah, look at the image. That just goes to show you how many people were involved, how many rallies and all of that. And yeah, this is the last one for this rally party. There was actually another rally party today, which I also recorded. Yeah, which they targeted a Emperor account. So yeah, like I said, this kingdom is absolutely insane. Wonder Wars is still going, rally parties are still going, and none of the sides is looking like they're about to quit anytime soon. So this is not gonna stop. I think maybe once Baron comes around, people might start migrating out to see if they can get a good district. But yeah, outside of that, this is not stopping anytime soon. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later, bye.